Hello, this is Charlotte Felita. This week, Pau Honey Years features the Garden Island of Kauai as our kapunas share their rare and beautiful time-consuming hobbies with us, and also a legend and landmark of historical and personal interests. Hawaii is a land of infinite variety and contrast. Each of the islands has its own distinct personality and is overwhelmingly wealthy in scenic and historical attractions. Although some of our lands have been altered by progress, there are still some spots where the land is still untouched, unchanged, and unspoiled. Legends live on in this landscape of Kauai, especially here at the Alakoko Fish Pond, known to many as the Menehune Fish Pond, which is located a few miles above Nauwiliwili Harbor. As the legend is told, the stonework bridge, which is now overgrown with small trees and high shrubbery and bushes, was built by the Menehune, or little people, a long time ago, who supposedly worked and toiled through the nights like industrious little elves. This mysterious race of shy little people built a walkway one night in the middle of the Alakoko Fish Pond so that the king could get from one end of it to the other, or from one side of it to the other. Alakoko, or Menehune Fish Pond, is one example of many works attributed to the Menehune, who seem to work their best only at night. They built dams, ditches, paved trails, and many other unexplained stonework on the island of Kauai. The Garden Island of Kauai is the oldest of the major islands in the Hawaiian chain, and scattered among its scenic beauty are mountain ridges that stand very tall like the warriors of long ago who were dressed with capes of lush greenery. Our kapuna will always be very special to us for many things. One of them, the legends that they have passed down to us about places like this on the island of Kauai, the Menehune Fish Pond, located above Nauwiliwili Harbor, a historical landmark and a remembrance of yesterday, a scenic beauty spot in Hawaii today. Next on our program, a unique and tedious hobby, a featherlay collection owned by Chasaburo Terui of Kaloa, Kauai. Mr. Terui told us about his collection when we visited him at the Hanapepe Senior Center in May of 1980. You show me what kind of featherlays you make out of what?
All by the Chinese pheasant.
Chinese pheasant?
They call it Chinese pheasant.
Uh-huh. And what kind? You make different lays?
I find that this pheasant, they have about 12 different feathers, different color feathers.
Oh, the Chinese pheasant has 12 different...
It's 12 different colors. So I could make 12 different kind of lace. And right now you can see this one right here. It's going to be 12 different kind of feathers.
Oh, yeah. You get number 1, 2,
Yeah, by the
3,
time I get
4,
through here.
5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more you put on and
By the
have
time I
12.
come here, I got through with 4 more.
All from one pheasant. You catch the pheasant yourself?
No, I buy them.
You buy
Yeah.
from over here?
Yeah, I'm too old to go hunting anymore, so I just buy the feathers from the hunters.
How long ago you start making lace?
Oh, quite long, about 60. For 60 years.
60
now.
years ago? How old are you now?
I was about 15 years of age when I just touched around these feathers.
You were 15, and how old are you now?
74.
74, my goodness. You could tell me about, I see you bring plenty of lace with you. What kind lace you get? All pheasant?
All pheasant, except this one here, guinea hen.
Oh, guinea hen.
Yeah.
Oh, small little dots, yeah.
And now this one, peacock.
Oh, peacock.
You find this feather on, they show on the back.
In the back of the peacock.
Yeah.
And all the others,
This is bushy, I call bushy gray from the pheasant.
from the pheasant.
Yeah. This one also yellow, body yellow from the bird. And this one neck.
From the neck of the bird.
Neck blue.
Aye,
And then this one, well, I find 3 different feathers here. Yellow, I mix
Red.
them.
You mix, yeah, look
Yeah, mix
nice.
yellow, red, and this.
And the one next to have all different colors, yeah?
This
you
one
have.
is different colors.
All from the pheasant
You
still.
find a color with 2 different colors.
Uh-huh.
One you find right here.
From toward the back part of
on
the
this
pheasant.
part here of the bird.
Uh-huh. From,
Then this one also is a red, come from the breast.
the breast part.
Yeah.
And the other one look like
that blue is on the peacock.
peacock too.
They show on the breast.
Oh, you get that from here too, the peacock, long time ago.
Well, peacock, I just lately I started.
Oh.
Not very long time, just short time.
And then,
Then the other gray there, I call a short gray because you don't find a bushy like that, like this.
close to
It's a
the
short
what?
gray, you can
Just
see
from
the-
the back toward
yeah.
the back of the pheasant.
We're back.
And the last one
And
you have
then the last one there is the neck
the neck.
blue.
Now you show me how you make. How long take you to make one lay?
All depends on the size of the feather.
Oh, bigger feather.
The
not
feather
too
is big, wide, it's less time. But when it comes to the neck blue feather, very small,
Small feather. You
take
have.
about 3-4 times more long.
So this, you buy the whole pheasant
Yeah.
and they skin for you and give you,
Well,
and then you
they-
take out for yourself. You wash or what? No.
Well, that's what the hunters do. They just skin them this out and they come and
They give you they will
they
sell you like
and
this.
I buy them. I cut the feather all about 1 inch long because they go way up to 2.5 inches.
How many stitches you put on top?
I put 3 stitch,
3.
3 stitch, 1 feather.
And in the back you put this felt, huh?
Yeah, well,
Felt?
that's where I sew it on like that.
Oh. You only use white thread or all kind color thread? White thread only.
Oh, if I want to use
Different
any
color?
color, it's up to me.
Uh-huh.
I used to hunt. I like hunting, yeah. That's my sport.
That's your sport? No. You hunt only food
No,
pheasant?
well,
or
I used to go pheasant hunting, pig hunting,
here in Kauai?
yeah.
And you kill now, how long ago you stopped hunting?
Well, since before World War II, that's a long time ago.
Long
already.
time ago.
Yeah.
But this you start making so long ago, 60 years ago.
At the beginning, I used to make and give away to my friends
Ah,
and people that only local people they buy.
For the
like
hat,
that,
the
yeah.
hat or the hair, yeah?
Yeah.
So how much now you think, how much all this worth now? How much money?
Well,
Expensive.
now if you figure one lei, if one lei is $100, make even some, well, won't go to $100. Some go to $90, 85, 75.
Depends.
Yeah, all depends how much time
So
it
take
takes.
you, no. You get, I see you have a hat there. That's your hat? You wear your hat all the time with the
Yeah,
pheasant?
yeah,
You put your hat on, let me see.
yeah. I do wear sometimes only for show.
Only for show off, but nice. Let me see. You make the hat too?
No,
Somebody
the
made.
hat I buy them.
Yeah, try put on, let me see.
They make one who make this. I got a Filipino man.
Uh-huh.
He weaves all this kind of hat.
Put on the hat, let me see. Nice, how look. Mr. Terui, thank you, thank you. I wish you other people what you do.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Lena Mendonça we are now located in the Hanapepe Neighborhood Center. I live in Ele'ele and I am a senior citizen of the Hanapepe Senior Citizen Club. This is Mrs. Emilia Kaibi, and she is originally from Ni'ihau. Emilia is helping us to demonstrate our Ni'ihau shell work here. E pehe oi e Emilia?
Mai te ino.
Oh yeah. E ui no oi.
Ui no I kau po ele ho iki ani no po e.
Ai, he ui no. Emilia is stringing some of these leis, and this is what she does as a double pikaki. This is what we call the double pikaki. They use 2 strands of the fisherman's nylon in order to do this. After each shell has been put on each strand, a knot is made so that she will set in this way to give you the raised effect of your shell setting. You use 2 strands of string to do this. We have, I have here my collection of Ni'ihau shell leis, and I started back in August of 1968 with my first lei costing $80 and now sells for $885. We have different ways of stringing our Ni'ihau shells. We have the single string, the double pikaki, single pikaki, and Ni'ihau is known for 4 different shells that make it popular and very rare and costly. We have the dove shell, they call the momi okai. We have the rice shell that they call laiki, the kahelelanis that come in pinks and browns, and also the kamoa shell. The kamoa shell is not a true shell in itself. It is one that has been filed down, and because of the tedious work and amount of work required to get your shell down to the tip of the turbo, it's a tiny turbo shell, that is the most costliest of all the Ni'ihau shell leis. It's the work that's involved in preparing the shell for the lei. Your most rarest and popular shells, though, are the kahelelanis. They come in the pinks and browns, and it is known as the Leptothyra verruca. The dove shells are known as the Moleculina dove, and Ni'ihau has what we call the variable dove shells. They have the 8 colors that come of these shells. The Philippines have so far found 5 of them. The Columbella moleculina are the rice shells. These are my collection. I have 64 leis in all that I've paid $7,250 for. I can now sell for $78,000. So if we will go along down here, these are the kahelelanis. When they mix the kahelelanis, which is our pinks and browns, with any white shell, whether they be the dove shell or the rice shell, it then becomes known as the kiponos. They're your combinations of whites and colored shells. There's this lei here that's 25 strands, 54 inches long, that I paid $125 for back in June of 1972. It is now selling for $2,800. This is the dove shell. We have the other colors of dove shells here. There's the blue, that's known as the uli uli. We have the kaha kaha ula ula, that's the red striped shells. Oniki niki ele ele is your black spotted. Oniki niki makui is the brown spotted shells. This is the pure yellow. And this lei is, all it is, it's pupu lena lena ki kalamai kai ohe vale ki ko uluna. And translated, all it means is pure yellow with no spots on it. That's you also have a pure white. The blues, the pure whites, your kaha kahas, whether they be the red or the black, it's either kaha kaha ula ula or kaha kaha ele ele. The pure yellow and your oniki niki ele ele are the rarest of the colors of the dove shells. And those leis are very, very expensive today. We have also the combination of colors. There's 4 colors made into one lei, and incidentally, this is the lei that I bought back in June of 1968 and paid $80 for, that now will sell for $885. We come down here to the rice shells. Our rice shells, or the laiki as it is called on Ni'ihau, come in only 2 colors and can be strung only one way. It's just a straight, plain stringing. The colors are ke'o or white, the lena lena, or the buff. They're the only 2 colors that shell comes in, as compared to the other colors that the dove shell comes in. We have here combinations of the browns and whites. On the end, we have the alilea, and on Ni'ihau, they call that shell, the white shell, the alilea. And the islands of Hawaii, Maui, Molokai, and Oahu, it is the pupu makaiki. That's the name of this white shell. However, it is called alilea on Ni'ihau. It is a combination with the brown shells, which are the polehos, and a very inexpensive shell, incidentally, may I note here. The brown shells here are found plentiful on all islands, and whenever a lei is combined with the dove shell, it just lowers the value of your lei. I would not pay more than $100 for a lei like this, although they're still selling them for $300 a lei. It's because of the brown shells are just not worth money at all. It's a rubbish shell. It's something you'd go down to any beach and you can find them up under rocks and wherever you can turn up a steak bone. They come up by the millions. I've got jars and jars of those. The island of Ni'ihau, as you know, is privately owned by the Robinson family, and I have been unfortunate to date not being able to go to the island of Ni'ihau because I love the shells so much that come from the island. It's too bad that these shells, though, are being found on the eastern side of the island of Ni'ihau. They're gathered between the months of December and May, when the waters are rough and your tides and currents are rough. That's when the shells do wash up. The Ni'ihau women and their families go out. They used to go out at 4 o'clock in the morning with the lanterns, kukui helepo we call them, kerosene lanterns, and start picking their shells. They never left their shells on the beaches for more than a day. They were picked up every day of the rough season. So you see that the sheen that the shells have are natural. No lei has ever been varnished. Once it is varnished, it is not considered a valuable lei. So this is the natural sheen of the shells that come from Ni'ihau, and it's because they pick them up every day. They don't get beach burnt. On Kauai, we have found the shells, but they're awfully dull in color and in sheen. It's because we don't go every day to get our shells up. But we do not have the variety of shells here on Kauai like we do get from the island of Ni'ihau. It is a dying art, and because it is so, the leis are becoming more valuable and becoming priceless almost. The young people of Ni'ihau will not sit for hours and do the tedious work that our kupunas have done back on Ni'ihau. They've gathered their shells, sorted them, clipped them, bored the holes, sorted into size and colors, and then strung them. Our Young people will not sit down and do that. And I feel myself very fortunate in having learned the art of stringing the Ni'ihau shell lace.
Our visit to Kauai was highlighted with a beautiful and colorful array of Hawaiian quilts, which were displayed at the Keikaha Community Center.
I'm Rebecca Lovell Moroka. I was born and raised on Kauai. I came from Anahola. Then I married my husband. I had moved to Honolulu. I lost my first husband and I moved to Keikaha. I remarried again. And this is where I learned how to make my quilt. I learned how to quilt. And my breadfruit quilt was the first one. It took me so long because I didn't know how to use a thimble. You have to use 2 thimbles, one on your index fingers and one on your thumb. Both thimbles you have to use one at a time. But those days I didn't know how to use, so every time I got poked, and I used to stain my blanket. It leaves a little blood stain. So I learned how to use my thimbles afterwards. Then I started on another one. But it took me so long to finish one. 1 year and a half. 1 year, 6 months. Then the next one, it came out to 1 year, 2 months. Now I can finish one blanket in 1 year time. But this blanket I have here is for a double bed. It's a breadfruit. The old in Hawaiian said if you pick a Hawaiian fruit, it brings the family together. And this is the only fruit that what the Hawaiians used to eat before, for poi, or for any kind of stuff. They used to have these for party. Usually we have, when we sow this kind, it goes down to the generation. It goes down to the first child. And the second one, it goes down to the next one. So I have 8 children, and the 8 children have theirs. So this one belongs to the oldest child. And the other one goes down to the second one. This is the finger palm. And this is where I learned how to use the thimble. But those days we didn't have thimble. Well, I guess the Hawaiians have bigger thumb, so we have to go and look for bigger thumb thimbles. So that's why I learned how to use it all by myself, and nobody taught me how. And then the stores started to bring out their patterns. We buy from the stores. And then people wanted to learn, so I started teaching them how to sew quilts and cushions and baby blankets and whatnot. On the cushions, I have Pomerias, and it's 20 inches wide, and the cushion inside with the cotton is 23. It's a little wider. This is the ilimale, but we have to know how to braid that thing, put it together. But I didn't know how to do it, so I tried, and I got it by myself. This is what we call a plumeria. We have a lot of type of plumeria flowers, so we pick up certain kind of design, some on freehand. You know, you can just look at the flowers and draw your own pattern. Oh, it takes me 2 days to make one cushion. Or if I'm lazy, it takes me 1 week. But usually, sometimes you get lazy, you just put it on the side, you're not going to do nothing. This one here, we have here now, this is the papaya. The papaya pattern, you can just follow the papaya pattern by looking at the papaya. And just take the papaya tree and look at them and trace the leaf and the fruit. And then you can draw it on. This is another pattern of the breadfruit. you can cut it down into a small one to make a cushion. A lot of people want this type. You can take it off in the back and wash just this part here. Then we have the Pomeria type, but we have all kinds of Pomerias. And so is this the papaya. The one I have in now is the fern. This is what I'm doing it. I'm quilting it. It's going to be a cushion. So you have to use it with 2 thimbles. One, your other finger is underneath and one is on the top. Your bottom finger don't have nothing. You're not having no thimbles underneath. Just your top finger have the thimbles. So when your needle goes down, you have to feel it with your bare finger and bring it up. And that's all. Now if you want to use it backwards, you put your thumb one on. Same way. You're going backwards. Put it down. This way. See? I don't have no thimble underneath. And bring it up again and pull it. And that's all you need.
The garden island of Kauai will never lack for the gifted talents of our beloved kupunas, who will always be very special for the cultural ties that they have passed down to us through the generations. And the garden island of Kauai, the oldest of the major Hawaiian island chain, will never lack for historical and scenic attractions and beauty.